Hi, everyone. My name's Brittany, and I'm a registered physiotherapist that works within the transitional pain service and also within the chronic pain clinic at the Hospital for Sick Children. So, today we're going to be talking about the ways in which pain physiotherapists are breaking barriers through incorporating virtual exercise. So, I'm going to start with a land acknowledgement. So, we'd like to begin by acknowledging the land on which Sick Kids operates. For thousands of years, it has been the traditional lands of the Huron-Wendat and Petunia First Nations, the Seneca, and most recently the Mississaugas of the Credit River. Today, Toronto is home to Indigenous peoples from across Turtle Island. Sick Kids is committed to working towards new relationships that includes First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples, and is grateful for the opportunity to share this land and caring for children and their families. So to get us started, we're really going to talk about barriers to accessing chronic pain care and resources. And I think that it's important that we recognize that accessing care and resources are really intertwined because many of the resources that are being accessed in terms of managing chronic pain come with receiving chronic pain care. So, in terms of the barriers, some of them include lack of service accessibility, and this can be based on various things, such as patients and families living in very remote locations. Some other barriers might be transportation issues and difficulty accessing resources and care that are further away from patients and families, financial constraints and caregiver limitations in terms of caregivers maybe having to take time off of work or having to travel down to really far and remote locations to actually access care and resources, as well as time commitments that are required. I think in chronic pain populations, there's often extenuating circumstances that make accessing both chronic pain care and resources very challenging. While there are an increasing amount of chronic pain resources online, there is generally a lack of awareness of these services and of these resources. And I think that there is some hesitation on parts of patients and families with accessing these as they don't really know if these are really evidence informed. So there is also a lack of awareness of kind of what's out there and what can be accessed in an evidence informed manner. So, in terms of virtual exercise and really enhancing resource access, I think in the last couple of years, the virtual space has really become a unique space where we can have a greater outreach in terms of patients and families, and it makes resource access a bit of an easier process. I think in the adult pain world, there's really this great awareness of chronic pain conditions and access to chronic pain resources. Resources within the adult pain world are really widely available on many platforms, and they're really easily accessible through various online channels. So, for example, YouTube, and I've put a picture here of Dr. Andrea Furlan and her great YouTube videos on kind of chronic pain management within the adult space, and then X, which was formerly Twitter. This is a recognized gap within the pediatric pain field. And although I think we are taking steps in the right direction in terms of being able to provide pediatric specific resources in a virtual space, it definitely continues to be a gap. So, in terms of what we specifically at SickKids are doing to enhance resource access, in collaboration with the Sick Kids Pain Center and the Sick Kids Pain Center YouTube channel, Sick Kids Pain Physiotherapists are working to develop a 5 video series to really improve access to chronic pain resources and to share and disseminate knowledge on physical pain management strategies. It's very important, I think, that we recognize that this should not replace individualized care. It's really just to get the message out there and to share some of these widely available and well known strategies through a really evidence informed manner. Topics of the videos include yoga for pain management, and those are going to be spread over 2 videos. So, one that is designed for kiddos that can kind of move through various different positions, and then one that's a more adapted version to kind of keep in mind the different populations that we see. We're going to be talking about activity pacing and balancing activity and rest, progressive return to activity planning, and then also graded exercise for both younger kiddos as well as older teens in the context of chronic pain management. The next part of the session is pretty interactive. So, what we're going to do is the first topic in terms of yoga for pain management, that video has actually been completed. So, we're going to share that video with you, and we're super excited for the opportunity to be able to do that. So, we're going to share that video, and I want to really create this as an open space. So, if you're kind of able to participate, if you have an open space around you that permits for that, please feel free to actively participate in this yoga session, and then we'll be able to take questions at the end of our session.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Sick Kids Pain Center YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a yoga flow. It involves gentle movement while sitting and lying down, and we want to promote relaxation, of course introduce a little bit of movement, and definitely calm down our nervous system. So just try your best and feel free to modify anything that we're doing as you need to. And please also try to find a comfortable, spacious area, have some pillows and a blanket nearby. So let's get started. To begin with, find yourself in a comfortable position. And let's just concentrate on our breath. Take a breath in and let it out. Taking a breath in and let that breath go. To help us, let's place one hand on our chest, one hand on the belly, and breathing again, taking a full breath in and a full breath out. As you're breathing in and out, just feel the chest rising, your ribs expanding, your belly filling with air. Just get connected to your breath. Let's put our breath together with some gentle movement. Remaining comfortable, let's put breath in with raising our shoulders and getting better spine positioning. Here we go. Take a breath in, lift those shoulders up to your ears, and let go. Roll those shoulders back and down as you exhale. Big inhale, lift those ears, shoulders to ears. Roll those shoulders back and down as you exhale. One more time. Inhale as you lift those shoulders up to those ears. And exhale, let go, bring your shoulders back and down. Stay in this new lengthened position. Just breathe in and out. Next, let's intertwine fingers. We're going to do wrist and finger waves. Gently lift your elbows up, remembering to breathe as we wave motion through the wrists, and the elbows, and the fingers. Nice. Now let's take a breath in as we extend those arms out in front of us. Turn your palms forwards ahead of you. Stretch out those arms. And on a nice big inhale, lift those arms up above your head. And gently let go and bring those arms down beside you. Gently place one hand beside you. Taking a breath in, let's reach up above, stretching over to that hand, and feel your ribs expand and stretch. And bring that hand back down and rest it beside you. Let's do that one more time, same side. Gently lean into one hand while the other hand comes up above your head, taking that full breath in. Feel that chest expand. And come on back down to the start position. Let's switch sides and try it on the other side. Place your hand on the ground. Bring that arm up as you take a breath in. Feel that stretch through the side chest. And exhale and bring that hand down. One more time. Place weight through that hand, bring that other hand up as you take a full breath in. Let that breath go and come back down and rest with your hands beside you. We're going to get ready now to do a little transition, and we're going to go into 4-point. Gently transfer your weight so that you bring your wrists and hands underneath your shoulders, and your knees and are underneath your hips. You look like a tabletop. Next, taking a breath in, let's stretch that back out by letting your neck come forwards, look up to the ceiling, feel that arch in your low back. Good, let's go the other way, take a full breath in, and we're gonna go into a cat position. The back is really lengthened, pulling your belly to your back, looking like a Halloween cat. Go back into a cow, opposite direction, breath in, looking up to the ceiling with your head, letting that arch in the back become more defined. And opposite direction, let's go into a cat where you're breathing out and you're really stretching out that upper back area, pulling your belly into your back. One last time, moving into a cow, breathing in, and moving into a cat position, breathing out. Lovely work. Come on back down to tabletop. And now we're gently going to shift our weight. Bring your hips and your bottom back onto your feet. If you'd like a pillow, please place it in between your bottom and your calf muscles for extra support and comfort. Now, gently bending forward, stretching out your arms, and we're going into what's called a child's pose. Let your forehead rest on the ground. Let's concentrate on taking full breaths into that belly. Feel your belly extending into your thighs. Feel your rib cage opening up, air getting into your back, and letting it all go. And just continue to take a full breath in as much as you can, and let it all go. Remembering to let your shoulders sink down, your head and your forehead resting in front of you. Lovely work. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change our position again. Let's gently go from our child's pose into lying down on your back. Stretch your legs out gently in front. Make sure your head is resting on the mat. Your bottom area is fully in contact with the mat, and just feel nice and long for a moment. Taking a breath in and taking a breath out. Gently bend your knees, bring your feet flat to the floor, widen them a little farther than your hip length, and gently sway your knees side to side like windshield wipers. Let's remember we're taking full breaths in, full breaths out, as you gently sway your legs side to side, making sure your back and your head remain in contact with the surface beneath you. Lovely work. Nice. Those windshield wipers are gently going from side to side, and remembering to take full breaths in. Stop in the center. Reposition your feet so they're in line with your hips. Now bring one foot across to the other thigh so it looks like a figure four. You may stay here and gently breathe if you feel a stretch in your hip, but if you can move further, follow us. Gently bring the supporting knee towards your chest, feeling that stretch in that figure four hip, lengthening. Remember to take a breath in and breathe out. Come back to the starting position. Let's gently switch sides, everything nice and slow, remembering to breathe, and switching legs so that you're bringing your foot and your ankle across to the other thigh. Remain here, feel that stretch. If you'd like more, bring that knee towards your chest. Let's deepen that stretch, all the while remembering to take a full breath in and a full breath out. Let's go back to that starting position, and now gently stretch one leg out at a time. Feel long. Take a full breath. Nice work. Let's do a hamstring stretch. To prepare for this, bend one leg gently. Bring your foot flat on the floor, closer to your bottom. The other leg remains straight, and gently lift that up towards the ceiling. Only go as far as you can, feeling a stretch behind your knee, remembering to breathe, and gently bring that back down to the floor, switching legs. And let's straighten out the other leg. Gently bring that leg up towards the ceiling, keeping it as straight as you comfortably can while feeling that stretch, remembering to breathe. Let's return to both legs now, stretched out in front, on the floor in front of you. One final movement to wrap up. Gently bend both knees. Tuck those knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around your knees. Give yourself a hug. remembering to breathe fully. If you'd like, go into a happy baby position by bringing your arms and your hands towards either side of your feet and gently sway side to side, all the while remembering to breathe. Let's return to our starting position. Bring your knees down, keep them bent while you reach for that pillow that's beside you. Bring it in under your knees. Bring a blanket or another pillow underneath your head. And I want you to take the time to rest your body now, sink into those pillows, remembering to breathe fully in and breathe fully out. Please remain here. Enjoy that feeling of rest and relaxation. And remember to breathe. Full breath in, full breath out. It has just been wonderful to be with you today. Remember, stay relaxed, move, and take care.
Awesome. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching and potentially engaging in the yoga flow video, and then also for listening to our small presentation at the beginning. We're open to any comments, questions, or suggestions that you might have. We'll also share the last slide, which has my email attached to it. So feel free to email with any questions if you have any that you maybe don't necessarily want to ask in front of a larger group. Zara?
I It's more of a comment. That was really, really excellent. I really loved how the music and the voice all brought kind of this like melodic, hypnotic feeling. I didn't actually do the video, but I still felt calm and relaxed by the end. Just to say thank you for putting this together. This is really excellent. And I can see that it's going to be a really excellent resource, both for kiddos and teens who can't come in, but also even if they can, I often send pictures as a way of reminding them of their home program, but I feel like having an actual video to follow along will be even better. So thank you. That's excellent.
For sure. Thank you so much for that wonderful feedback. I think it's a really great resource to have, especially in chronic pain populations where the nervous system can be quite heightened. We really tried to be intentional with the audio and the voice and then the entire like kind of vibe of the video. So that's great feedback to hear. And you're completely right. Like I definitely agree in terms of it being a good resource from a virtual standpoint, because I am noticing that, for example, for kiddos that have a lot of barriers with coming in for in-person appointments where we do virtual, it's just nice to have kind of an evidence-based, informed manner of kind of sharing a video like that, as opposed to like pulling a random YouTube video up. So it's always nice to kind of have that as a medium for virtual, but then also for in person, just because I also find that I prescribe yoga exercises a lot for my inpatient kiddos that can come down to the hospital. And it's much easier, I think, to follow a video, especially for pediatric patients, as opposed to sending like multiple pictures of various stretches that I want them to do. It just doesn't have the same kind of relaxing feel or the same impact kind of in terms of nervous system modulation. So thank you so much for all of those comments. I'm also seeing in the chat question asking if the video can be accessed by anyone or by only Sick Kids clients. So these videos will be available to access for anyone. And that was kind of our intent with creating them, because we wanted to kind of have more widespread community outreach. So the first one is not yet published on the Sick Kids Pain Center YouTube channel, but it will be available shortly. And then we are currently working on videos 2 to 4, so stay tuned for those. I'm also seeing another question asking where people can go and find the videos. So it would be the Sick Kids Pain Center YouTube channel. So we can put a link in the chat that kind of links to that YouTube channel so you can easily find it. If it's also helpful, maybe what we'll do is we can send out an email when the video gets published so that people don't have to constantly keep checking the channel as to when the published date will occur. Awesome. So I'm not seeing any other comments or questions. So I think we'll end there. But as always, feel free to send me an email if you have any other comments or questions or concerns. And thank you so much for listening.